Just end it right now.
That's the show we're hosting. And
Before
I
we
started the show with spilling a drink on myself. Is
the
that
Holy
cheese?
Sprite. It's the Holy Sprite.
So this is the trashiest shit I'm doing right now. So I bought Sprite today.
I love Sprite. Sprite's my literally crack.
I've been a real fucking monster. So I bought Sprite plus
Oh
tea.
my god, you're trash. She was trying to
Literally
feel something.
Put me in a box and ship me to Alabama.
I'm worried
because-
about you. I'm worried about you.
Not that the people of Alabama are trashy. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak for them. I can't speak for them and their trashiness.
But I assume they're excited about this. And
what if
honestly,
we
I
had
don't
to give
know
a
why
soda
I
to
bought
each?
it.
Do we do a soda like New England? What's a I feel like it's like a Coca-Cola or something.
So
with a polar bear.
honestly, all I wanted, I went on vacation this week, and me and my friends kept doing that bit with like, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. You know, every
all you
time
can
there was
do.
an inconvenience. Like we forgot how the tide worked, you know, and we were like, we kept moving back our things every like 40 minutes because that's how the tide coming in at a beach works, you know. But we
Sure
were like, we're
does.
right here, and we were like moving, and we'd just be like, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And I think a Jet 2 holiday soda for me was gonna be a Diet Coke crispy from McDonald's.
That's your soda, but what's New England soda?
So I would say
New
that New
England was
England
a
soda is probably Coke, right?
I think so too. It feels like it has like a bite to it. It's cold. It's a little harsh.
Have you ever had a
on the throat.
Moxie?
It's
Have you ever had a
what color
Moxie?
is it?
It's orange.
Yes, I
It's the
have.
most offensive soda you've
Yeah,
ever had, tasted, seen. It's in like a caution can.
yeah.
and
It's like it's fluorescent.
The far north of
Is-
New England loves it.
It's like that's mainstream.
Yeah, and I don't know whose drink this is, but I'm sorry, Alabama. I don't know why.
I don't know. I think we have to stick with Alabama.
But
And
why I
like,
was bringing up a crisp Diet Coke is because there was like this trashy time of my life that I loved a sweet tea from
I love a
McDonald's. Do you remember it?
from
And,
of course I do.
does it still come out of McDonald's?
I think it does. I feel like
Okay.
it does. I don't think
Does
they
it
get
still
rid of
come
that.
in a styrofoam cup?
I don't
thought we
think
banned this-
so.
Okay.
I think we banned the styrofoam.
Okay, well, you could only get a giant one for some reason, and it always had a different amount of tea flavored syrup
You could never know.
in it.
Have you ever seen Parks and Rec, the episode where they get the soda size and it's like a small child because it's the size of a small child? That's what it felt like. It was just like, here's
Yeah.
your 2.5 gallons of sweet tea in
And you were
styrofoam
like,
cup.
You were like, "Can I get a small?" And they were like, "Nope,
No.
we can only put
We
it
can only pour it into the
in
bucket.
a jug. We only have buckets to measure it."
It would simply not go into a cup.
So this kind of gives that same thing, but I also just dropped it all over my shirt. So
You're just feling trashy today.
So I'm here, and I am
sorry,
feeling
Alabama.
trashy. Sorry, Alabama. But I'm sure your state soda is wonderful.
It probably is.
And probably has tea flavored syrup in it. But other than
It's
that,
just
I'm
an
great.
assumption. It's just an assumption.
I just got back
Oh!
from my
Wait,
Jet
before
2
we
holiday.
say that, before the Jet 2 holiday, Lauren, I have to say this because if we don't say it, I'm gonna just like be not okay because this is like breaking fucking news. Like this is fucking huge.
alert.
Taylor Swift is engaged.
Oh, I know.
Like,
I know.
And I know you were off the grid, but I'm sure even she could cut through, cell towers. She could get there.
So the funny thing is that I was with a bunch of my friends, and the first person that told me this was my friends, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And then I had one friend that like fact checked it because and I saw this a lot once I got to the internet. Everyone was like, "Is this real?" Is
I
this
immediately
AI?
went to her Instagram. I found out from
once we
Bianca,
went
of course.
to her Instagram. I got a phone back just in time to go to a place with no service. And when you stay at an Airbnb and it's like, "Hello, welcome, this is our fucking password," and then everyone was like doing
Uses
that
it,
shit where
and
they
it
like
half
tap
works.
Yeah. So they're like tapping their phone to my phone to give me the Wi-Fi and then
Password.
having me put the password in. And then I'm like, I think it's all eaten up. I think we're out of
No,
Wi-Fi.
Bianca didn't
So
even tell me. Lucas did, and he was so fucking gassed up because, like, obviously this is a person I have followed her entire career, and like she has written about love songs for her entire career, and she has found
yeah.
her love. And Luke came in with the biggest smile, Lauren, and he was like, did you hear the big news? And I hadn't heard the big news. And he was the one that told me before I read the text from Bianca.
And I
Craziness.
I wasn't with a true Swiftie in that moment when I found out, but everybody that I was with was very excited for her. So there was no
Yes.
haters. I didn't have to hear any negative blah blah blah. And
No.
I mean, her ring is humongous. The pictures are nice. And I've seen some really funny memes, it's been a
Yeah, it's
turn of
all good
events for
things.
it. So it hasn't done anything negative for me for the internet. I'm
I'm
happy
very
for
excited
Taylor
for
and
my
her
very
big
close friend Taylor
boyfriend
Swift.
and her big, strong fiance.
I know, I'm so happy for them, but I just want to say that at the start of the episode because this is very big news for me. I am a fucking
You were
Swiftie.
the first person I thought of, and I was still trying to send you several texts that hadn't fully gone through. So I was like, I can't add this to the plate. I know she'll bring it
No,
up.
she
I know
would.
we'll talk about it.
Of course. And we'll get
And
back to it more later, but I just want to say congratulations.
and I saw like a bunch of memes that were like, time to get a boyfriend because this new album's about to be about like fucking happy love shit. So
Yeah,
I'm excited for that because I feel
I
like
am too.
obviously we mostly listen to music with our children.
Yes.
And I think this is why Pitbull really has, his corner of my
He has
playlist
a
locked
corner.
down.
Yeah,
Because he's
he really
always
does.
talking about
Well, he
having a
always
good
brings
time,
high energy.
staying
He
up
always
late.
It's never because like any other artist, like they could slip into a sad song. Have you ever heard Pitbull cry? Have you ever?
No.
Has he ever saying something and you've been like, "Wow, that really, hit
He's
me."
only having a good time,
He's
and
only having a good time.
that's why trolls personify his music.
If there's one thing about Mr. 305, he's here for a good time.
So
And a
I
long
feel like
time
if
too.
nothing else, this next Taylor album is going to be like, the type that you want to dance to in the kitchen with your family. So
Yeah, that's
I'm ready
exactly what
for
I'm
it. I'm
hoping
here for
And
it.
Mr. Swift has is what I'm calling Travis. He has been
Oh,
putting out a lot of like every song is a banger energy. So I'm very excited because if you're a Taylor Swift girl, there's a lot of us that are like we've been here since the beginning and we'll be here to the end. But then there are girls that are like a folklore girly, which is definitely me. I love like a kind of slow, emotional Taylor Swift lyrical number, But then
mhm.
there was this subcategory of Swifties that came into the mix when she had her album 1989, which was very like 80s poppy fun Taylor. And it was like a new kind of Taylor. And it got a lot of different fans that weren't into her before. And I feel like it's going to be an evolved version of that, but like still have the lyrics because she's fucking in love. So
Yeah.
I have very high hopes and I'm very excited. Very, very excited for the Swifts.
Don't let Steph down, Taylor.
Don't my heart
Don't
rate
let
is
her down.
elevated. If I had my Apple Watch on it, I think it'd be at least 150.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for all three of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope you get an invitation to the wedding. And
I'm simply waiting.
if you get to bring a +1, I'll only be mad at you if you bring Bianca, but I get it. But but
You
also
texted
I
me.
have to go as a PR move. Sorry,
She literally
Bianca.
she texted me and she like we were like can't breathe, throwing up. Like we are those girls. I am just there are certain things and people that I am a fan of and she is a musician that I am a fan of. So I was full on fangirling, but I've since subsided.
Imagine if you get invited to Taylor and her big strong boyfriend's wedding, and then you bring me, and then people are like, "Who are you here for, the bride or the groom?" And I'm like, "I don't know either of them."
I don't know either of them.
I'd be so cool.
What would you do if you met Taylor Swift? Would you be like, I love your music? Or would you be like, my friend Steph loves your music?
I would, if I met Taylor Swift, I would say,
Yeah.
Thank you for doing for music what it needed for those kids. Thank We're doing it for the kids. And honestly, you're
And
so.
my 33-year-old best friend.
I feel like she would. Yeah. You have quite an arrangement of fans, and
Sure
you do
does.
something for them, and good for you. And honestly, I feel like meeting her would be like meeting a dragon, like it would be jarring. So I would
Mystical.
probably accidentally lie to her and tell her I was a huge fan. But
I'll save this for that time in case you do ever try to meet her without me.
if I
This
ever
is my
meet her without
blackmail.
you, I will FaceTime you immediately, and I'll be like, "Look it's my new co-host."
I'd pass out. I would simply pass away.
Won't even give Taylor Swift a moment to talk.
Not even Taylor can get in a word with you. She's just sitting there in the background with
like,
her
"Wait a
perfect
minute.
cat eye. Just
Wait a minute, T baby, and then I'll FaceTime you, and then I'll be like, "Look who I'm with. She's my new co-host," and then I'll
I
hug
would
her,
pass away. I would simply pass away.
and then I'll
that
end the
could be
call.
the
And I'll
meanest
say,
thing you'd ever
I'll
do
say,
to me.
"Thank you so much. You're so sweet. You're an icon to so many." And then I'll leave, and I'll realize she didn't even get to say anything.
She didn't say one thing. She did not say one single thing. That's your
me and Taylor
superpower.
Swift.
That's you meeting Taylor Swift. That was beautiful.
But I would
That's
FaceTime
beautiful.
you immediately.
Thank you. I'm glad. Thank God. Thank God.
And I think I might be out of my funk, sort of. I've only been listening. I've only been listening to one
Good.
song lately, and it's just a
Which
song
one?
that I've been singing to myself. I haven't even been
Oh.
listening to it. And it's just, it's a perfect day.
Nothing's standing in my way. I love that. For a
And
second,
I've
I thought you
just
were
been-
about to write a song. I was like, this is going to be
No.
dark.
Listen, I
It's like,
saw my
Lauren, are you
psychiatrist
sure?
today. This
It's like,
is
are
only
you
getting
sure you
so
want to
dark,
give us
Rudy's.
this right now? That's a lot.
I'm on a
Your handprint.
weekly, and if you're wondering, have we not recorded a while? Because Lauren just spoke with her psychiatrist. I'm on weekly visits. I'm on psychiatry
She's
probation.
clearing the rumors. It's true. Once a week. We've all been there, and if you haven't, I have, and that's
Okay.
fine.
Well, I'm there. So I was back today, and I was like, I sang that to her. I sang that to my doctor. I was like, it's a perfect day. She was like, Lauren.
How is there a dollar amount that you would pay to read your psychiatrist or therapist notes about you? It would be high for
Probably.
me. It's high for me.
I would definitely. I mean, I would want it to be more of a bartering system than money amounts, because I don't even want to give her a copay, so I don't want to give her more money. But if it was I had to
I
give
had a
her
therapist, Lauren, for 5
my-
years to read
don't
her
know.
notes on me.
You'd pay money.
I'd pay money.
I love that.
I'd pay
Yeah,
money.
I don't know if I'd pay money, but I'd I don't know,
if
give her
we
something I
should.
really like.
like queso or something.
No, I'm not giving anyone queso.
It's not entirely
Stop it.
true. It's
But-
not entirely true, but
But
anyways,
today I will say, after I sang it's a perfect day to my
I
psychiatrist,
can't believe you.
she did mention something that pulled me out of I'm in this day one being home, and then I quick panned to the first day of school,
Yeah.
which is the topic, but I'm not ready for it
We're
yet.
gonna get there.
We'll get
later.
there. And there was something that we laughed about, that I feel like such a mess. I'm drinking a Sprite plus tea, Don't
Yeah.
sponsor me, please.
You could have turned that can the whole time and no one would have known it wasn't just regular old Sprite.
I couldn't lie. It feels honestly,
Honest Abe over
feels
here.
like I'm doing something dirty. I
you
don't
could
know.
never tell a lie.
Feels like I spiked my own drink,
You look like
At
you're
the
drunk
factory.
right now. You look like you're
I might
drinking
as
at
well
a Chuck E.
be.
Cheese.
This
In
feels
overalls.
like I'm drinking at a Chuck
in
E. Cheese.
Alabama. Chuck E.
This
Cheese.
feels like I got a pitcher of beer at a southern Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, and no pizza.
I don't know why we're coming so hard for the South right now, but it's just the way we feel. It's in our bones. We are the North. We're
Yeah.
used to winning.
We're
Sorry.
literally starting a new country up here by ourselves.
Sorry, we've won before. Sorry, we could do it again.
We're restarting a war.
the digital war.
No, we're not. We just want drama.
We're just trying to feel something and nothing. So,
so sorry, Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
And
In
she
Alabama.
said something to me today, and we were laughing because I was like, I'm a mess, like I just got home. I was trying to do laundry, and you're trying to do like, what the fuck are school clothes? Not they're just summer clothes in
I
disguise.
bought
So I'm
school
trying
clothes. Where'd
to.
they go? Where'd they
They're
go?
gone.
They're gone.
They still have the tags, hopefully.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to sort back like our laundry from vacation, and like we had themed outfits, like we had a neon night, we had a wig night. So I'm like sorting back what I'm giving
It's a
back
lot
to
of
Mr.
unpacking.
Bezos.
Of course.
And like I'm unpacking, and now I have a televisit with my doctor, and I'm like, my husband's like, well, why don't you go do it upstairs? And I'm like, I can't. Like, this is like part of my thing is that
This
I
is
do
my
it in
spot.
the den. This is my spot. Like,
Yes.
but I
It's
can't let her.
ritualistic.
I can't let her see all of this. So we put away the laundry really quick, and then I sit down
Shove it to the side.
and we started laughing on my appointment call that the first time I ever had a televisit with my psychiatrist, I was driving. And I put on the camera, and she was like, can you give me your name and, date of birth and state or whatever, they have
Your
to do
license
for
number.
legality. And I'm
And
like,
see if it's
yeah.
valid.
And she's like, Lauren, are you driving? And I was like, yeah, like I'm in between things right now. Like,
Yeah.
this is the time I have. And she was like, I'm going to pause the camera because this is illegal. Yeah, like
You're like, I didn't
be
want to start off like
driving
this.
during a televisit, and it was just
She
really
scared you
nice.
straight. She scared you straight.
But it was really nice for her to reference the fact that I was so wound up when she met me, but not 3 months ago or 4 months
Yes.
ago, that I was literally acting like I could just text and drive with my psychiatrist, like
She's
that
like,
would
no,
be
you have to
fine.
actually give me a few minutes of your time.
She's like, that's
please.
actually, against state laws.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever. And
I'm
I
not
pulled over
losing
to
my
a
license
Starbucks.
for you.
I pulled into a Starbucks. I shit you not, right? And I said, I'm going through the drive-through. This one, I made a Kobe. She has me pause. I get a
Stop
fucking
it.
grande iced
No,
shaken
you
espresso. Okay,
Are you
I'm a
still
different-
being on the clock?
No, she paused me, and I was like, I don't know. I was entitled and annoyed that day, and then
Oh
I
my
went
God.
through the drive-through like
Stop.
this. Like I just paused my camera, and then I went through the drive-through, and then I parked, and then I had my grande ice shaken espresso. And I was
So
like,
it's
I'm
clearly
anxious.
very new.
I'm
which is
fucking
clearly
anxious.
brand new.
I was
the
like that-
Starbucks logo behind you, just like
I was like, I think I might have anxiety. She's like, and today on the call, she's like, I had to convince you that anxiety was real.
yeah.
And that you had it, and here you are saying that you need this piece of like being at this appointment in the same space every time and really feeling it. She's like, so you really need to reference that you have grown. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to. Thank you.
No.
And then after that, I sort of spiraled all over again, but it was just nice for someone to be like, hey, someone
validation.
And someone that's not here to people please you. Like, you know, like you're like, let's face it, your doctors should not be people pleasing you.
And
so
no,
they
shouldn't. And there's a fine line because I like a laugh, but you also need them to see through your bullshit, and it's a very fine line.
And I said, I feel like this is the first time that I'm really like seeing through my own bullshit, and someone else is simultaneously like validating it but calling me out. And it just felt really good today. And today was a multitude of things. Yesterday, we were in Maine eating outside of a restaurant, and I accidentally ordered a fucking bucket drink, Steph, because I was like, one more drink, in Maine before we hit the road. I ordered a bucket, for lunch. Like, there was just like a whole pail of like rum punch that I just downed. And I was with my friends, and I was like, this is just the best. And then and everybody was like, had made comments that their family, like the family dynamic that they were in, their parents would have never allowed them to like be on vacation the day before school started. Like, the day before school started, you weren't allowed to do anything for some reason when we were growing up. Like you had to lay
It was
there.
like a very like holy day. Like you just had to sit there and think about school. And I'm like, that's probably where my school anxiety started because I spent 24 hours prior just being like, so tomorrow's school, we can't have any fun today. And now
Yeah.
we're the opposite where we're like, we better have a fucking bucket of Mai Tais.
Drinking a bucket Mai Tai. My daughter has glitter freckles on. We have neon
Exactly.
choker tattoos that I know we are not going to be able to scrub off in time. And I'm
You're
just like,
just
you know what? Today
living
we're
in the
living.
now.
And
Yeah.
we did. We lived. We
We
lived in the
lived.
now. And then this morning I woke up and I was like, oh my goodness. But we really were able to like, I feel like we were able to get off on the right foot by ending summer on such a high note.
Yes.
A 10 out of 10 would recommend going on vacation with your friends. Like if
Of
your friends are like
course.
your family in any dimension, you need to go on vacation, get a big Airbnb and just do something together
Those
because
are some of my favorite trips.
it was the absolute best family trip that we could have ended summer on. Like it was just cozy. We were at like a beach house in Maine. We were walkable and I have friends that have children. Sweet baby Luca, I got to wake up every morning to him loving me. He does this thing that I do that, like, you know, when you love something, you just want to bite it. Like,
Yes. Of
if you know, you
course.
know.
Of course.
If you get that feeling that when you see something cute, you just want to see how much you can squeeze it,
Lukey
then you
feels that.
then you relate.
Yeah.
And Luca does this thing that when he loves you, he wants to bite you. And he kept just like trying to bite my shoulder every time he'd come down in the morning. And I
Love
was like, oh my
bites.
goodness. So every morning we took it slow together. Like I said, we had themed nights. And like it was just very cool to see my friends interact with Lennon as she gets older and like to see this network of people that I've made on my own over
Yes.
19 and a half years of friendship with these humans
And how
that
it
like
grows and expands and like
and like
intertwines.
when they met me I was chaotic AF, okay? And
Mm,
now they're dealing with my chaotic ass children
that's how it
recreationally.
goes.
Like Alaska literally all weekend was like Uncle Ray Cheese in her screaming voice. She
Of
literally
course.
just yelled that and like he just did whatever she wanted and like if we needed a minute like they just took over and like
That's the best.
it was just so cool to see them in their element and just see them really relax. And it was a beach, like it was a beach vacation. We spent way too many hours at the beach the first day. You know, like definitely should have reapplied the sunblock. We,
It
like I
happens
said, we
because you're just
fought.
like we're not the moms that mothered us. Like there's a lot of things we take from them, but there's a lot of things we let go, and they're not always things we should let go. But sometimes it's what it takes to just be in the moment, and you know, as long as it's not third degree, it's probably fine.
And we took some things. Like I made beach Italian sandwiches, you know, that
Yes,
like my kids and my loved ones were not getting scammed at those stands on the first day. You know,
yes,
like they were going to eat some cooler sandwiches. But like we also forget that when it's windy, we should reapply sunblock and
of
that, you
course.
know, tides come in and out and
We're
there's a
not perfect.
reason. Yeah, there's a reason why there's this big open spot on the beach.
Well,
So
no, exactly.
So as we're like having the best day ever, like we spend so many hours at the beach, everybody has given all the attention to the children. The water was so freaking cold. There was that little hurricane girly Erin had come
Yes,
through and made like red flag swells. So of course like I'm, you know, reference the Spill Canvas song The Tide here. You know, like
yes,
I'm like right at the water's edge with my kids and like my friends are seeing that. So like they're taking over. The water's chilly, but like Lennon's singing every K-pop Demon Hunter song while she jumps the waves and plays and they make friends and we finally pack up to leave and the husbands get in the cars and they bring back all of the heavy things and then the uncles walk with us and my friends did something really nice. They were like, "You know what? You mommed so hard all day. Let's just go out for a drink, just the girlies because like before we had our kids, we were us, right? Like
yes.
and as much as our friends and we love our family dynamics that come
Mhm.
together with children. There's something that like comes alive in you when it's just you.
100%. And I very much felt that this weekend too. And I didn't get to have like an extended amount of time of it, but I got to
Oh,
spend the
neither did
day.
I. The story goes on.
When I got to see Tori and Meech, who I met the same year that I met Lucas in college, we got to be together this weekend because Meech's daughter Hazel had her birthday party, and it was like that moment where we really just sat back, like the three of us, and just were like, we were just kids when we met, and now we're sitting here watching our kids. But then also this realization of us just like we drove around the area that we were in a golf cart, just us and Meech's sister literally just talking, driving around by the beach for 15 minutes. And we were like, I feel alive. Like my cup is filled. It's not much.
Literally
It's
it.
these moments where you can just like, wow, I'm not just a mom. Like I need to sit with like my people and just like not fucking filter every word that I say or think about if my kid's putting sand in his mouth or like is my daughter like pouting in the corner. Like I just want to just be me. And it's like that
Yes.
thing that you see on TikTok all the time that's like, you're a mom but you're also just a 30-year-old woman living for the first time, and it's so true. Like we
Yeah.
are.
And now try explaining this to your 8-year-old. You can't. She's like, this is my vacation.
She's like, what
Everything's
the
been about me.
yeah.
Everyone's been
These
looking
are
at
my
me since the
friends.
moment they got here.
They
And
don't
these
want
are,
me to not come.
yeah, they don't even like you that much. So the uncles do that uncle thing where they're like, we're going to walk back. We're going to hold hands and sing songs. And off they go. And I'm just like, they make her so happy. And my friends are like, we're going out. So now,
Run.
mind you, we've been at the beach for 6 hours, right? Like,
Mhm.
we're sunburnt. There's sand falling out of my butt. Like, and I'm wearing like a see-through skirt over my one piece. Like, and in we go to this bar, and my friend's like, this is the bar. This is the bar. We go upstairs. It's like playing Frank Sinatra polka music. It's 4 p.m. Everyone in there has white hair, and they're looking at the sand falling out of my butt.
They love it.
And we run out. We're like, oh my God, this is awful.
This isn't it. This isn't
This
it.
isn't it. So, and mind you, like a young boy let us in. And I just feel like if you're a doorman, if you
Give
look at
us a
IDs,
little sign, like
say,
you go down 2 streets.
yeah, say woman, woman with the sunburnt cleavage, not here,
Yeah,
not today,
not
maybe
here.
later. So we go around the corner and there's like this tiki bar, and we're like, this is where we're supposed to be right now. Good music, little bar, love it. In our minds, we wanted mudslides. No mudslides. We're like, no problem. We order drinks. We get the drinks. Now, there are a lot of bees. A lot of bees, Stephanie. And there is a young bar back girl with one of those, those like tennis rackets that like
Zaps.
electrocute bugs.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think they're for
Yes.
fucking bees. All right. That's my first thing. Now, mind you, this is my friends bringing me and my other mom friend, Amanda, my best friend, out. Like, we're just trying to have, like, this one drink on our own. We're chatting, and we're like, it's the perfect day. Nothing's standing in our way,
Yeah. Everything's right.
The music's, like, not that good, but it's fine. It's, like, old Missy Elliott, and you're like, I can vibe to this.
Yeah,
Like,
good enough.
everything's going right. Now this little girl starts whacking these bees, and and right away, Amanda's like, "That's a lot of bees," and she's pissing them off. We're all like, "Why is she pissing off the bees?" Because of one rule.
And I'm gonna guess you don't have an EpiPen.
I don't have an EpiPen. Okay.
I don't want to fucking hear about how I store my medicine ever again. Ever again.
So I'm wearing that skirt, right? And apparently, somewhere along the line, in my perfect day, a bee got up my skirt to my hip. Okay.
Oh my God.
This fucking bee pokes me. I
With
look
what?
at it as it's poking me, Steph. I pull it
With its
out
stinger?
with its stinker. I pull it
You
out
touched
still
it?
alive. My best friend Nina swats the bee out of my skirt, alive still. Okay. And then Amanda watches the bee fly off. Okay. Now, I have done extensive research. a bee can puncture you without stinging you. I believe that is what happened because I did not get a stinger in, or I did not get like a big, like hard patch where the venom went in. What I did get was an instant allergic reaction.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay. So we have been out for, I want to say 30 minutes.
You
Okay.
have 30 minutes?
We had 30 minutes. There is about another 10-ish minute walk home. So we immediately suck down our drinks. I also think that this is in part helps my lifespan because it
I hate you.
reduces, it slows down my histamine response.
Oh, it
So
does. Life
there is
hack.
a picture in the family shared album, and the rash on my thigh is yay big. Instantly. And I'm like, guys, I think I'm fine. Now we are hustling back. We're hustling back. I have little to no recollection of this walk back. And the entire time, all I can remember of this walk really is my friend Courtney, who's another one of my best friends that I grew up with. Like I said, like we've done like all of these things together and just being girls together. And the whole time she's like, I bet you that this Maine hospital would be lovely.
This is
In
nice.
this beach town, like it would be
It's gotta
so
be
quaint.
ritzy.
It's gotta be 1 to 2 bays max. We get lobster
Very
rolls.
quiet. It's probably not even a trauma hospital, you know?
Like I bet celebrities have been there,
Yes, to get
and we
away
are
from
just-
the crowds.
we are just running. And then there's this thing when you're allergic to something and you haven't, like, I haven't been stung in so long. And I'm like partly panicking, but I'm like trying to stay chill. I'm like, it doesn't hurt that much. I keep looking at my hip. The rash is bigger. The palate of my mouth feels weird. So we got back and everyone's like, and now my friend Britt's just calling because she has an EpiPen. So she's calling, trying to get in contact with a man,
Oh my God.
try to get in contact with a man in a remote state. So
They're probably just singing K-pop Demon Hunters. They don't hear a thing.
they
It's
have
not
wigs
ringing.
on. They're just trying to entertain those 2 little girls and that
Yes.
baby boy. And we're just calling. And she's like, someone prepare the epinephrine. We get
Push
back.
Epi.
I'm like, guys, I don't want Epi. Like, I don't, because I'm not
You're
following
so
through
annoying.
with what Epi brings. So
Lauren.
I get back, okay? Now I'm like, all right, I think I'm okay. Like, I need a water, I need a little snack, and I need Benadryl. My best friend hands me a full fucking cup of Benadryl. It's like 2:00 in the afternoon, and I just drank down something happy hour special in 2 seconds. And then I drank 11 milliliters of children's Benadryl, which
I thought you were
I
going to say
still
Sprite
haven't.
tea.
No, I wish I had Sprite tea in this moment, honestly. That's how I would have went out.
That's how you'd want to go.
I'm like, put me on comfort measures. Just give me a
literally
Sprite
just
and
give me the
tea.
Sprite tea. Comfort measures only.
Cover measures only, Sprite and tea, IV. So,
Oh my
so
God.
now my husband's like partly pissed with me. I don't know why. He's just like, you were supposed to be having a good time and you got fucking stung by, like I did drugs. Like he was acting like I did recreational drugs.
Crazy.
And I'm like, this all was, accidental. This wasn't intentional. So then he's like, how do you know it didn't sting you? So I'm like, because there'd be a stinger and there'd be like a venom. Like there was no like hard indurated like area of actual thing. Like we all saw him fly away. A bee fucking wastes its life when it gets all aggressive and punctures you.
It loses its abdomen.
And I didn't have like anything there. So, but I did have like a little spot and just a huge reaction. So I'm like, well, the bee probably might have really did some damage if it fully,
What if he dropped a drop of his poisons?
Well, he might have, but I drank a truckload of Benadryl.
So you didn't use the EpiPen.
I didn't use the EpiPen. The palate of my mouth only itched for a little bit. And honestly, I feel like
You're the worst.
one drink, a cup full of Benadryl, and then you just persevere through the whole evening.
And you're fine?
I had a good time. I
love that for you.
And I was out at ice
You
cream.
crazy
and I was,
bitch.
It was lobster night, and I was like,
Lobster
I'm
night with the
fine.
girls.
So this is my PSA to bees. I was just trying to have a fucking mom's hour out. It wasn't even a mom's night out.
I'm telling you, we can get 15 minutes, and that's when things
But
start
it
to get
was
weird.
truly a core memory because it was just one of those things that, like, everybody was freaking out, but we were still laughing through it.
Of
And,
course.
like, that's who I was with.
That's girlhood.
And then everyone was like, we're just like, weren't going to bring it up for a while. And then everyone was like, how's your hip? And I was like, it's fine. And Britt was like, I seriously still would have been crying.
Oh, yeah. I
I was like-
have a major fear of bugs and stings and bites and all of it.
I was like, this is my 8-year-old's dream vacation. I could have anaphylaxis and I would still be out for ice cream. I could
100%.
look like Will Smith on Hitch, and I would just still be out at Big
Just be
Daddy's homemade
smiling.
ice cream.
Just be smiling, smiling through it.
I'm like, yeah, I want a lobster roll. What do you mean? But it was truly, truly so fun. And I mean, I have like endless stories of what we did and how we were out and the whole thing, but I just feel like we really came together as a group, and every moment where I felt like overwhelmed or out of touch, or like, you know, like when you're with a group and you have your children, you're like trying to make the masses happy. You're trying to make sure that your family has a good time, and then you're also trying to just parent in like an unfamiliar place
Yeah.
with unfamiliar
watching you.
tools and unfamiliar staircases, you know,
Yeah.
with people watching you, you
And
know,
no
that
gates.
don't have gates, you know, because Airbnb always says we can provide cribs and gates, but you're like, where?
Yeah.
Where are they? And I mean, obviously, like I said, I was with my friends that I've been close to forever, but some of them don't have kids. So, you know, like when you're all on all fours in the beach and you're crawling around and you're like, I'm pretty sure my butthole's out, but like I gotta make a sandcastle right now. But like I
Yes.
also, you know, want to chat and like maybe have a truly eventually. And your kids are like smiling, and then you look up and I have Nina like saved me the first day because I had been in this water. My legs are frozen. I was just crawling around in sand. It was that like, you know, the sand that's like so fine that it's just like in your eyeballs and you
Yeah,
can't get it out. Like
course.
it's the softest sand, but like you're just eating it all day because you can't get
Yes.
it off of you. It was that sand. So it's all over me, and I'm making a sandcastle, or I'm burying one of my kids because they're like, fucking bury me again. I'm like, okay. I'm just burying them again.
They're
You know,
just
like,
trying to feel something too.
and everyone's entertaining them, but for some reason I have all this mom guilt, you know, because I was stung by a bee the day before, and like, and I'm like, that was selfish of me.
That's what I get.
So I'm
That's what I
burying
get.
I'm like, that's what I get for having 10 minutes of a good time. And I'm making their purple mermaid tails that are made of sand. And I look up and I'm like, yeah, I'm still fun. And she looks at me and she's like, you are a whole fucking vibe right now. You look so hot rolling around in the sand.
And that's what you need to hear.
And I literally went from wanting to like crumble to like arching my back. And I was
Literally,
like,
you're like, take a picture then. Prove it. You look sexy
And I
with your
was
hair
like-
pushed back.
I literally just need you to be like in my living room when I'm folding like my 8th load of avoided laundry. I need you to tell me I look hot doing it because
Exactly.
it was the ammo. It was what Epi couldn't do for me.
For sure. No, it perpetuates you just being with those people that know how to lift you up. And like I said, when I saw Tor and Meech this weekend, there was a time when we were sitting together and it was just the girls, and we were sitting together and we were just talking, and we were like being very open about the fact that like that what we're putting out there into the world, the pictures, the social media, all of that is so just like we've always said, the highlight reel. But like,
yeah.
you know, when you talk to your friends and you're like, I've kind of been feeling this way, or I've been feeling down, or I've been feeling off, and you're like, you're just with them and you want to have a good time, but also you feel so comfortable that like the things start coming out that you've been holding in.
Yeah.
We were having very much like a cathartic, like, girl, just like, no, like I felt that too. And it was it just fills your cup. Like I went in feeling like a little bit down, and I was like, I'm not going to be down. Like I'm so excited to see them. I haven't been with them together all summer. Like I'm going to make the best of this. But then I got with them. I got comfy. We got emotional, and it was just like the way that those people can just boost you back up and fill your cup. It's like it's something that I definitely want to be more mindful out of making a priority in my life. I
Yes.
think a lot of this last year has put timing of things into perspective for me, of course, and like being able to do things and go places and see people, you just want to give your time and make time. Although it seems so hard to like plan these trips with each other or even a day sometimes. Sometimes you guys just need a big day together and it feels so hard to plan. But when you do them, you just
Yes.
get this like this wind in you that only can come from I think your friends.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like it brings something out of your roots that like other things just can't.
Yes.
And like you said, it's the little moments, and if all you can get is a little moment, try to just like do nothing in them too,
Yes.
because like that was my favorite parts of the trip, like just sitting
Definitely.
around, singing to the kids,
Doing
having
normal day
breakfast.
things.
Like day 3, I was just running around the house like, if my ovary cramps are correct, I am getting a period in 3 hours.
Yeah.
And we are just girls because they put together a tampon mixed salad for me
Of course.
of
That's
different
the good thing
brands
of
and,
going away
and
with girls is you're
sizes.
like, someone's got a tampon, someone's got a pad. I know
And
they
like you
do.
said, at every moment you weren't feeling your best, but there was somebody to like just have a shoulder on or have a
Yeah.
coffee with
I
or
just
sit
miss
out on the
that.
porch with. And I feel like when you're young and you're single, it's so easy to attain. You're like, I'm coming over, bitch, and like you're just
Exactly.
at your friend's house. But
But then
as you
your
get older,
family becomes your comfy place, right? You're like, my
yeah.
home is my comfy place now, and everyone has their homes.
And all of a sudden you're like, I can't roll up on my friends with
Yeah.
4 people and 2 of them have
Yeah.
very little understandings of etiquette, you know?
Exactly. And
It's not the
things
same as me.
it becomes harder, but like when you get that time, you're like, damn, I need that time. Like I need to make that
Yes.
time more important in life. And
Yes. And we did
it's a
have
good reminder.
we had a redemption hour out, you know, like we went out for drinks and we went out for one drink, and my friend who's also a newer mom than me, who I was like, I was with my kids and she wasn't with her kid, and I was like, don't have mom guilt.
Yeah.
And she's a newer mom than me, and we were sitting in a brewery having one drink, and I was like, oh, I should get back. And she was like, don't have
Stop
mom
it.
guilt. You just
Stop
told
it
me
right
not to have
now.
mom guilt. And I was like, you're so right. And I was like,
That's
we're
what you
out.
need. And that's
But
what we're there for. Like that's what we're there to remember. I saw this quote from my therapist on TikTok, and it said that the moms that you admire the most are still figuring it out too. And I felt like I felt that sentiment so hard when I was sitting with my best like mom friends sitting there together, and like we see each other online because you're keeping up with people but you can't talk to them every day, and you're seeing their life and you're like
no.
you're like their life is so beautiful and perfect, I'm so happy for them, but you're like, am I supposed to have a beautiful perfect life? Because I feel like things go up and down naturally, and when you're together, like you just see like we're all just figuring it out. Like the mothers that you look at, the friends that you look at, and you're like, they've got their shit together. They're
Yes.
just figuring it out, and I think you get that reassurance when you're with your friends that like, no, like, bitch, we're all figuring it out. No one's
Nobody's
got
got
it
it
figured
figured
out.
out.
And it's
Everyone needs help.
comforting. It's
Everyone needs
everybody needs
help.
help. I need help so hard.
And everyone asks for it in a different way. And I just feel like it was
Yes.
nice to get that like chill time. And I felt very refreshed with it. And I could see Lennon, especially. Like Alaska, obviously, like when you ask her what her best time was, it was spending time with Uncle Rye at Uncle Rye's new house, aka the Airbnb. And I'm
The
like, okay,
Airbnb.
great.
Sure.
You're welcome.
Sure.
And really, that was the highlight of her time. And
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 that's her story to tell.
when you see Lennon or you ask Lennon, like she had so much fun, but she also got this like validation and this like regenerating time right before school because, like we said, our parents had this false notion that we needed to do nothing before we
Sit
started
there and
school.
think about it.
Lay still for 2 whole days, and just fucking watch
Don't get
Nickelodeon
fucking sick.
and think. Yeah. And
Don't you dare.
I don't think there's a right or wrong way. And,
It's
obviously
just
every
so
year
funny
gives a
that
different.
was such a thing, though. It was like, don't even look about a plan.
like,
we have
sit
school
in
in
your-
2 days.
Sit in your new JCPenney Wranglers and fucking think about what you're going to
Did
endure.
your mom let you wear school clothes that you got for school before
No.
school started?
No,
So
my
we've been
kid
having
was
a debate
out.
about this. We've
My
been
kid was
having
out in her fits.
And maybe it's
days
just
before.
me healing my inner child, from my mom's shopping spree, but I think it's bullshit. Like, I feel like clothes are meant to be worn. They're going to get dirty the first day of school, or they're going to get dirty, before the first day of school. There are certain occasions, a flower girl dress, a dance recital costume where you keep it aside. But school clothes, my kids get new shoes. She wants to wear them home. She's wearing them home. My husband's like, save those for school. We just got those. We got to keep them crispy. I'm like,
I
no.
was shaking out a Sandy suitcase like, shit, I don't know if she wants to wear any of this tomorrow.
Literally, because they're just summer clothes.
Yeah, because turns out it's hot as hell the first few weeks of school. So
And elementary schools are hot, notoriously.
buying an Old Navy sweater for August 29th makes no damn sense.
Yes.
No damn sense. So
No,
so
I know. We're buying sweaters. They say spooky. I'm like, it's spooky how fucking hot it is right now. But that's
that
about
orange
it.
feather the orange leaf doesn't really resonate right now, but okay.
But fine.
Yes. So I feel like her having this quick pivot, she had such a confidence. She had such a vibe to her going back to school. And like,
she was like, I was with my friends in Old Orchard Beach, whatever. You've heard of it.
I absolutely owe it to my friends of how that girl walked into school today. And today was the first day of school, and there are going to be rumors. There are going to be rumors that I am in a new tax bracket, okay? Because I don't know if you saw my kid's back to school fit, but it was essentially a Catholic school outfit.
I was going to literally say, I showed it to Lucas. I was like, look at Len in her first day of school. He's like, does she have to wear a uniform? I'm like, no. No. I think she's going for a K-pop schoolgirl.
When I posted those photos, I was like, there's going to be people
rumors,
are gonna have hot tea about
whispering.
me. I'm like, I don't have an expendable income like that, people. Don't worry.
No.
That outfit. So she saw the lore on that outfit. She saw that outfit on a Savers mannequin, because even Savers has a sales plan these days.
They know what they're doing.
And they had a back to school section. And when we walked in, she said, Mom, that is so kawaii anime. I love it. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I'm going to look like a K-pop star in that. And it truly is.
It's so somewhere between Catholic school child and K-pop star. It could be either one.
But like the K-pop look is just like they just broke out of a Christian academy and they like put new earrings in
their hair.
And they put on like tie-dye high socks.
Yeah.
And now they have those platinum high heels and ponytails right
and
here
and there.
It's different now, like they're unruly now, they're a problem child.
I was dying though, because I knew that she felt passionately about that outfit. I just knew.
She felt so passionately about that outfit. And it was just so funny because I was like, this is essentially a school outfit that like
you could wear it at most schools.
But she dressed it up with some earrings that she got on vacay. She still had the neon choker that her aunts put on her tattooed. That one of my friends is in the group chat this morning like, damn, that choker is hard to get off. And I'm like, you really think that Lennon was going to allow me to even try
scrub
to
her
take
neck?
it off?
My kid had face tattoos a week before back to school with her cousin who was visiting. Like I said, they look like little baby Post Malones running around. And I was like, if
little
my kid has to go back, or it's her going back tatted, or me scrubbing her face, like it's gonna be tatted. It's gonna be tatted every time.
Well,
but I just
mine was all tatted up, but I loved the back to school fits. And then you sent me your child in a pleated skirt, and it was a common theme. There were a lot of plaid.
Girls love a tennis skirt.
There were a lot of plaid tennis skirts out there. in the seas of back to school today,
There
of
were.
elementary here in elementary fashion.
And I want to talk about something because we've been doing this podcast now, this is our third season, so this is our third back to school. So I guess
Veterans. We are
when we
veterans.
first did our first one, it would have been their second year of school, I would think. If my math is mathing, which I think
Thank
it is.
God you weren't here for kindergarten, Rudy's.
No,
because
I wasn't in a place to have a podcast at that time. I wasn't in a place to be a human at that time.
I was
and
like
that
2 months postpartum. It was awful. Everyone would have
Yeah.
hated me.
And it's
I
like
had a lot of big feelings. I don't know what I'm
Yes.
doing with my leg right now, but I'm bringing it up. Oh, there it
you
goes.
do you. You do you. Whatever you
I
need
can't
to
get
do.
comfortable. I was in a car for a while
I just
yesterday.
I feel like I've been trying to recognize my feelings and kind of understand what they are, because going to school has always been a very anxiety-inducing thing for me as a kid going to school. I would throw up before school, I would cry before school, I would feel sick to my stomach, and you just thought you were sick, but turns out that's how my anxiety manifested in my stomach. And when I had kids
If you ask my mother, she literally is like, Lauren made up illnesses to not go to school.
exactly. They were
She
like,
don't
"You're
wanna go.
fine. You're
Most
fine.
dismissals ever. I'm like,
Go to school."
like
But
that was anxiety.
I had a major, major fear of like my kids going to school and feeling that. Like I was always very nervous because I knew how much it held me back and how sick it made me feel, and I was always just like, I hope they don't feel that way. And I always tried to be positive when talking about school so that I didn't like project it onto them, but it's always been a fear of mine. And then when they started going to school, they actually did pretty well about it, but internally I didn't feel well about it. I felt really anxious about me having them with people I didn't know all day. I felt very anxious that Lukey can't tell me what he did all day and who he played with and if people were nice to him. I was nervous that Nora was sensitive and that someone was going to, make fun of her because she was small. I had so many things in my mind, and I still do. I mean, I'm always going to have anxieties about everything, but
Every day I worry. Every day.
Every
From
day
the
I
moment I
worry.
drop her off till the moment that somebody gets to pick her
But
up.
I want to recognize that this year I do feel different, and I want to talk about it because it's easy for me to say I'm nervous, I'm anxious, I'm scared, I don't want my kids to go to school. But I want to say that this year, for the first year, like I didn't cry when I dropped my kids off at school, and I almost feel guilty saying that because it is hard for me. It is. But I also want to recognize the fact that I think that it's okay to feel comfortable and to feel like you have worked to get to a place where like maybe you still have days that are harder than others, but that I'm like, you know what? I think they're in a good, safe place. I think that they are being treated kind. I think that there are people looking out for them. And I think with those things in my mind, I can assume that things are okay. Not to say that we won't have bad days. Kids have bad days, hard days. Every day it goes up and down. The things that can happen in a 10-minute recess is absolutely mind-boggling. But I wanna recognize that there will come a time, especially if you're a new mom and you're doing school for the first time, because those COVID babies are starting this year. The babies that were born in 2020, a lot of my friends, the two friends I was with, have kindergarteners this year. So
I
they were just
know.
like,
So
this is a
scary
huge
those
fucking
kindergartners
deal.
are.
They grew up in a very, very odd time where they probably weren't even seeing their grandparents, a lot of them. And like now
No.
they're in a school. And I just want to say to those parents that are starting school or have done it or have maybe not had the best experience, I've felt that way before. I've come on this podcast and I've cried about my anxieties over, IEPs and things not going right and not getting the support I wanted and all of that. And I'm there's always more that I want for my kids and I always will work to get there, but I also want to say that things are going in a right direction, and they will, if you keep
Yes.
pushing forward, like things do get easier because it's
Yes.
scary. It's
And
very scary at
honestly,
first.
So the first year that we endured school, I mean, we had the COVID toddlers. You guys had the COVID
Yes.
babies if you have a
Yes.
kindergartner. And honestly, there is not a 5-year-old out on these streets that doesn't make me a little nervous right now.
Of course.
Those 5-year-olds, those 2020 babies,
They've
horrifying
seen some
children.
shit.
Horrifying.
Yes.
They will look at you and be like, "Don't look at me, old lady." And you're like,
I won't.
they will not smile at you, not because they can't, because they don't fucking feel like it. Like they are just,
Literally. They
they're
have
little
boundaries.
creatures. Yes, they learned so much when
They
you had
did.
them trapped
did.
in the house, trapped in their
We're like, so
dens.
today we're going to talk about, healthy attachment styles.
Like, the lack of outside influence was probably great for them developmentally, but I am bewildered by
a
them.
little nervous.
Yeah, so nervous. And like every kindergarten teacher, I just want to kiss you on your foreheads right now
Yes.
because you need
We
it.
salute you.
Yeah, the pre-K people right now are like, whew.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, the 2021 babies, they're like a little more endurable. They could go out in masks. When
Yes.
you were putting like babies, so you're just like, I don't know,
Yeah.
don't breathe on my baby. I need to
Have
go
you
out.
ever asked Lennon, like in the last year, if she remembers a time where everybody wore masks? Because I asked Nora this recently and she doesn't remember it at all.
So it recently came up because we went somewhere trashy during COVID. I don't know.
There was a
Don't-
picture of
don't
us in
tell my
masks.
PR
That's how it
team.
came up.
Oh,
And-
we went to Universal Studios.
Lauren's Facebook profile picture was like, stay inside, and she's on the Hulk.
Okay, it was 2021 and a half. Like I was over it. Nobody else was listening, and I was like, I'm gonna get married and fucking live my life too, I guess. Like, we're not gonna do it the right way, so
You're
we're
like,
just
I
gonna.
did my part.
I'm like, I tried, everyone. Like, I tried with the
He's just
triers.
waving the white flag on the roller
Yeah.
coasters.
I'm like, this is gonna end one way or another, and I guess we're just gonna wipe out some more people before
That's
it ends.
right.
So that's what we did. That was our plan of action. We were herd mentality or whatever. So I strapped on my mask and I went to California.
Yeah, you
And
did.
we were showing Lennon pictures because we've brought the girls to Disney, but we haven't brought both girls to Universal in Florida because it's a fucking separate park and a separate charge, and the list
Yeah,
goes
it's a
on
lot.
and on. But in California, we went to Universal Hollywood or whatever the fuck that's what it's called, right? Universal Hollywood, Universal
Studios.
Yeah, in Hollywood, in California, wherever the hell it is. It's on the West Coast. And we had to wear our masks when you were like cuz Universal rides are indoors, most of them.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like you go in this building and then you realize that it's a fucking upside down roller coaster and you're bringing your baby on it and you're like, "Hey."
Did she remember wearing them? Because
She acted like she remembered wearing them more than I feel like she
looking at
did.
a picture.
But she was looking at a picture. But
Yes.
one thing from COVID that my child is scarred by is getting her nose swabbed. Because you did have to get your nose swabbed to
Remember
go
the drive-through
places.
swabs? Do you remember those? You'd roll down your window and someone would come over in a
I do get
hazmat
one
suit.
weekly to work and take
That's
care
how
of
you
people
be-
that were
that's how you
infested with it. So I don't
Kidnapped
understand.
me. You were like, they Q-tip my nose literally weekly if you want to be friends or whatever.
I would literally, when we first started hanging out, I would literally be like, well, I'm
There.
negative this week. I don't know
I'm
if you want to hang
good.
out.
And I'm like, I haven't left my living room. Perfect. And that's how we became friends. That's the short version.
Yeah, I was literally only with all the people that had COVID or nobody.
Yes.
So I had to just get a swab in between. I was hanging
Yes.
out and that was it. That was
That's it.
But
That was it.
I do,
That was
I feel
2020 us.
I feel for the kindergarten
Yeah.
crew because it's scary. And we went through so many teachers. So it felt like when we would get comfortable, we would lose our teacher. I think we went through 3 kindergarten teachers. So I never
Yeah.
felt that security
Secure.
until first grade. And there was something that happened in first grade that like we got so attached to Lennon's teacher. She was so good at advocating. And like you said, like if you're not feeling heard, obviously you want everything to work out and you want to say you're going to go in there and everyone's going to like your kid's
Yeah.
going to like fucking be in there. And then there's a chance that they don't, right?
And there's other
I'm
kids.
going to play the
Yes.
devil's advocate here because
They
I
might
was
like
her.
another kid.
They might.
Ew. Weird. Your
fucking-
choice.
they might have a hard time, right? Like the teacher might
Yeah.
not understand them well, or somebody in class might be
Taking a lot of
grade A
attention.
asshole,
Yeah, or what
taking all
Lauren
the
said. She's on one today.
You wanted
They're
to do
probably
back
from
to school
Alabama.
episode.
They're probably from
You wanted to do a
Alabama.
back to school episode, and I haven't slept much, and I've drank a Sprite tea. So, you know, here I am to
Here
spill
she
it.
is.
But and I
Spilling the
can't
Sprite
figure out
tea.
where I want to put my leg.
I know.
This
There's
whole
just this
fucking
random
time.
like knee that just keeps popping into the frame. Where
I'm
are you
eventually
going?
gonna put it over my head. I
Who
don't
are
know.
you running from?
I can't figure out where I want it. I think my eye just twitched, but yeah. So maybe things don't go right.
Yes.
It's winter break,
It
and
happens.
it happens.
It's safe to
and
say it's going to happen at some point in
I'm
some
not
way.
manifesting this, but I'm also saying like it's hard to say. It's hard to feel like everything's going right when it's not, and
Yes.
when you have your kids going to school, and you're trying to be like every day, like, did you have a good day? And then they do this thing that they're just like,
They're like, because you're asking to, they're like, it was okay. And you're like,
and they're like shell shocked in the back seat. But you have to remember that they're a human that endured a whole day, and they don't even know how to tell you
Yeah.
about a whole day. Like they can barely tell you
Which
about
is
that
so
hour that they
valid.
spent alone in their room that one time.
Yeah.
You know, like they're like, I played dolls and the dolls had fun. And you're like, okay. But like 8 hours or 6 hours, however long they have to keep those babies in there.
It's a good amount of time.
It's a good amount of time, and you might not collect a lot of information at first. And then once you get the information, you might be
it
like,
might not be all of the information.
Be willing to take the next step, because I have to say that in our experience, we've had a great climb to where I feel like Lennon walked into school today. She didn't even look back at us. My husband and I have a tradition since we've started school that we both make sure we're off on the first day of school so that we can send her off and pick her up.
We have to do drop off. We did drop off together always.
The first couple years we did like our handshake, and she'd be like with her hand like,
yeah,
you know, like just doing
Girl Scouts honors.
just like anything that she could do. She was just like it was just like a whole thing the whole way. She'd just be like hearts, you know, like Today we saw her mouth to her friend behind her. We saw her mouth. This is going to be the best day. Did not look back. She has to go upwards of 20 stairs to get into the back of her school.
Didn't look once.
She did not look once. There was stalls
Lukey looks
multiple
back
times.
at me. Lukey looks back at me, which is what I'm hanging on by, is that one little boy's big old eyeballs looking at me because Nora's like, got a blast. Got a blast. Lukey makes me feel like I'm the only woman in the world.
Yeah. Well, nobody made me feel that way. And then Alaska acted like an actual banshee on the way back to the car. And everybody on the schoolyard was like, Alaska's back. She hasn't even hit anybody's class roster yet, but everybody knows her.
She has a reputation.
It felt so good that she felt so comfortable because it took leaps and bounds to get there. And like you said, there was this time where I felt like she's gonna have a good day. It's gonna be fine. But then I got to the car and I thought about all of the like times where it wasn't going right on the way there, and it was like a positive spiral, I guess, because I was just like having this quick 180 of like, maybe I don't have to feel all those feelings right now.
And then you almost feel guilty. You're like, wait, but I should.
And then we almost drove off with the van door open
because we're all over the fucking, because even the moms you admire are still figuring it out. That's
because
the message.
I'm sitting there thinking about fucking 4 years of schooling and whether or not I should cry. And like, I'm also like, literally, there was this point where I was putting Alaska was in her buckle, by the way, everyone. Don't call the police, you know, like.
She feels like she would call the police.
So my van doors have a button to close. And the thing about me is I love to button push. So I think what happened is I double pushed it while I was spiraling. I double buttoned and it stayed open. And then I was like, wow, you know, before we fully went.
This isn't a trolley.
There was literally a second where I was thinking, does she have reading specialists today on the first day? That'd be a
Oh my
lot
God.
if she did. And like, why am I thinking about
I
that as
know.
I'm putting my other daughter into school and my older daughter, I'm putting one daughter into school and the other into a car seat, and everybody's happy and healthy and safe in that
Yes.
moment. But it was just like the slipping away again for me that I'll never fully get used to.
No, and I have to moderate like information that I take in when the kids start school. I mean, it's very triggering. I have to like restrict things because I know things that set me off and that will kind of turn me into a dark spiral. But today was my first time ever where both kids were in school and I had a good, clean, fair day off, like just not working today. And
I
my
love
kids were in
that.
school. And I had two options in my mind. I was debating out loud to my husband. I was like, well, here's the deal. I'm doing one of two things. I'm either rotting in bed all day because I've never done it, other than if I'm sick and I'm actually rotting from the inside out. But I'm like, I want to bed rot, like a girl with no kids, and watch Hunting Wives.
Remember that time we couch rotted together and like the grandparents from
Listen, we're gonna
from
be
Willy
doing that in
Wonka?
a couple months.
I loved
probably.
that. That was so
Well,
cozy.
don't worry, Lauren, because we'll go
missed
back.
it.
Well,
You need to watch The Hunting
you.
Wives. No, remember the one day where we just escaped from real world? I hurt my knee and I had to call out because I couldn't walk.
She was
And
like,
then you were
Steph,
like,
you'll
"I
never
have a
believe what I
brace,"
did to
and I
Steph,
hobbled all the way to
brace.
your house. And then I was like, I'm staying here for 6 to 8 hours.
We should honestly do that again this year at
That
some
was fun.
point.
That
was
a
fun
good
times
time.
for us.
I liked
That
when
was
we hurt
fun
each
times.
other. I liked when we hurt ourselves on the same day. That was my
Me
favorite.
too. That was cutesy of us.
But you have to
was I-
watch The Hunting Wives.
The Hunting Wives. Oh, so that was
Because-
my one choice, bed rotting.
It's absolutely wild, that show.
And I know I'm
Wild.
going to. I was choosing between that, and then I was choosing between doing a full-blown fucking crazy person manic level cleaning of my upstairs in entirety,
Which is what you did.
which is what I chose. And let me tell you, I felt so fucking good. Now I don't feel good at all. I feel horrible. But when my kids were at school, I dropped them off with my husband. He went to work like a reasonable citizen. I went for a walk in the woods next to my house in clogs, like a fucking
And you
Yeah,
just
like-
sent me like live journals.
like I was just a girl, and I was like, oh my god, I was like,
Happy
birds
for
are.
you.
I was literally felt like, and it's like when you're with your friends for 15 minutes, when you get
I
to
didn't
walk
even
alone
know.
and clean your whole upstairs. I'm like, I feel alive. Like
I
I'm
didn't
okay.
even know if you were coming back. I thought you were
I
going to gone
wasn't.
girl yourself.
I wasn't coming back. I had scissors. I was gonna do bangs again, but I came back and I felt rejuvenated. Because I got to clean alone. Like, do you realize how crazy that sounds? But it's so true. Like, I was blasting my music, cleaning, going for little crazy girl walks in the woods, and I was like on my own time. And I was like, this is what I fucking need, a little work-life balance. And I was like not mad my kids were in school. Like, confession.
Well,
Confession.
that's fair. That's fair. I'm in between vacations right now on my vacation.
Yeah,
So
you are.
I
You're
was
in a weird.
unpacking, cleaning the clothes, repacking, cleaning the house. But my husband and I were off today, and he said something to me. He was like, you need to get out of your head. And I was like, I do, but like I don't.
Not
I
today.
Like,
Not the first day of school.
not on this perfect day. Nothing's getting in
No.
my way. I
No,
was
nothing except me.
I was like, I am definitely going to stay in my head. And I kind of did, but I was able to get myself through my tasks, and like I was able to make like my daughter's room nice for when she got home and the whole thing. And then when we picked her up, she was like, it was a great day. And I was like, that's awesome. And then she was like, he was literally doing it's a perfect day. Like the front of her hair is pink.
Yeah.
And she had it like Mira, who's her favorite K-pop demon hunter with the
Yes,
little
of course.
ponies,
Nora's a
she got
roomie
so
to
many-
her Mira. It's so,
She
and then
got
by default,
so many
Lasky is
compliments.
Zoe.
And obviously I'm the understudy to Nora as the roomie that's roomie when Nora's not there.
Yes, you guys would.
So when she got out of school, she was on a high, and it immediately elevated my mood. I was like, I'm back, baby.
Yeah, I'm
Just like
so
when I got
fucking
my
back.
phone back, I was like, I'm okay. And she was like, our specialist today was theater. They got a 30-minute recess, and the snack to go with your
Do not
lunch
tell
was
Nora.
edamame. And I was like, did I send you to private school?
Is this play about you?
I was like, I thought Daddy Donald cut that funding, but okay.
Yeah, I thought we were paying for lunches again and blaming autism on vaccines or something.
But I guess we're not fully there yet in New England because my kid ate edamame and
we're just
acted
holding
out a
the
scene
wall.
from a play.
The metaphorical wall.
So I felt better, and when it was all said and done, it's like those just counting to 10, till you get to the next moment. We got
That's
through
my
the first
go-to.
day, and tomorrow will
Yes.
be the second day, and so on, and we'll get so far away from it being new that
Yes.
it will be our routine. But right now, I feel so in between, like even starting a routine because I'm on vacation.
Well, that's the thing. You're not. I'm fully into the routine. I worked my work. Now I'm not working. Now I'm gonna be just a girl, and I fucking love being just a girl. Like, spoiler alert, I love being a girl.
I have to say that at school drop off today, like my husband was like, I think there's some people there that think you work there. And I was like, good.
Yeah, as
Like,
they should.
what more do you want from me?
As they should.
I was just a girl at drop off today, like watching Lennon see her friends, like
It's the best.
her friends wanting to like say hi to me and hug me and like being like,
Yes.
Miss B, like I love your alien shirt. I'm like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. I wear
I literally dress for the kids. I
We
have a
do
ring
dress
pop
for the
on
kids.
this.
We do dress for the kids, for the kid days.
And hearing about, summer vacation and like there is just an automatic like uptick because I make my kids part of my routine and my everyday. Like I live around my kids. And for the
Which is
people
why I
that
can't get projects fully done when they're around.
for the people that don't wear, aliens with ring pops on their shirt, good for you. I
That's
love
fine.
that for you. If you have a beige aesthetic, I am fucking jealous of you right now. But I have to live to the best of what I can. And that is razzle dazzling a line full of 8-year-olds.
It's looking like I could teach a third grade class, but I'm not going to.
Exactly. It's looking like maybe I know where your kindergartner is supposed to stand for their orientation line.
It's looking like I decorate a mean locker and I tell you to be yourself and,
And
give
you're
you a
worried.
good word of affirmation.
You're worried about what I'm going to pull up and pull out with at a trunk or treat. That's where I'm at in this world. That's
We're
where I
already
wanna
talking trunk or treats. Like, that
Yeah.
is the way my brain works. I'm like, you will think I work here.
It's that a young girl knows that I know the rest of the lyrics of the Takedown verse, like
Oh my God, Lauren, I had a day of 3 birthday parties when you were somewhere. I don't know. I've lost track of where you've been, but you were somewhere and I had 3 birthday parties.
Ooh.
And it was, it was a commitment we made and we were going through with it. But we went to Nora's school friend birthday party, which was a respectful, 2-hour birthday party. It was, they had a start and an end, easy breezy.
We love it. They're
We
like
love it.
handing you the goodie bags.
Literally, they were
out.
making pizzas in their backyard. Like, it was very cutesy. She had a ton of girls there that she knew. It was very nice. And then the music comes on, and all of a sudden, it's K-pop Demon Hunters.
Of course it is.
All of these girls obviously start going off. Like, Nora's there with her teal hair, just like, yeah, I'm a demon. I hunt demons. I have patterns. And
I literally hunt them.
But my favorite part is when you start to look around, every single mom is like, take down, take down, take down. And I'm like, these are my people. Like, me and my sister went, which I'll talk about another time because I want to talk about other things. But me and my sister went together to take care of your bun one day. And we're sitting in the car together. And my sister, Court, is a stubborn bitch. And Nora will try to get her to watch a movie and she'll just be like, no, I don't want to. And she won't. Like, that's just, she's one of those little boundary bitches. She'll be like, I don't want to, But we made her listen to K-pop Demon Hunters with us the other day. Guess what this bitch puts on the way? And how many songs can I listen to on the way to your house? 2, maybe? 1.5?
At most.
She listened to K-pop Demon Hunters the whole way to your house. The whole way to your house. And I was like, it's for everybody. It's
really
for
is.
everybody.
Lennon literally on the last night in the Airbnb sat everyone down. It was neon night. We danced, we raged, we ate, and then we laid down.
I'm sure they know now if they didn't.
She made them watch the movie because they had already listened to the entire soundtrack. And
Stop
then
it.
during the movie,
A
she
viewing.
commentated of when they needed to watch in for the scene or the song. And the next day, my friend Cora, who has no children, she's like, I got that fucking K-pop Demon Hunter song stuck in my head.
It's so good that it's so
I'm like,
fucked up.
watch out for your algorithm because you're going to see a lot of Genu
The amount
all
of
of a
moms
sudden.
that have said to me that have been like, the songs come on and I just don't skip them, but there's no kids in the car. Also, on our TikTok algorithm, I know you were like off the grid, but all of a sudden they are giving us like pretty sure the inspiration for what's the boys group's name? Saja Boys. It's just
Boys.
like Korean boy band K-pop thirst traps. Like all of a sudden there's all these like gorgeous pale-skinned men with dark hair and they're like,
your fault. It's your fault.
I'm like,
barely
what?
had the internet.
I'm like, I felt like I was in somebody's room. I was like, oh my God, she knew. Like, this is so awkward of us to be here together. But then Courtney was like, no, it was on my algorithm too. And she's like, it's probably because I'm liking your shit. And so they think I like it. But Nora, I think I said
weird,
this to you.
horned up K-pop mom.
We're just like, take down.
The songs are so good though. They're
Your
stupid
idol.
good.
Your idol.
They didn't
Your
have
idol.
to go so hard.
It
They didn't have
didn't.
to go so hard.
It didn't, but it does. And we thank them for it because the amount of little demon hunters I know we'll see at our trunk or treat will be exhilarating. But
And honestly, like, I feel as though I was going for like a Britney Spears schoolgirl vibe when I started school
Well,
at Lennon's age, and it's coming
pinnacle.
full circle with
No one
this
dresses
K-pop.
up as babies anymore. Do you remember how we all would just
No
put on
one's wearing
onesie
a
pajamas?
loose tie anymore.
We would just
either.
we would just do like a loose fleece pajama and a binky and pigtails, and we'd be like, we're all babies here.
Like,
No one
I'm
does
a
that
baby.
anymore. They're
Yeah.
like, I'm BB, like BB kawaii.
Ew, remember those weird little plastic binkies? Those were so gross. And you'd like put them on a... My mom didn't let me do that. She didn't let me live. If that was a trend now, I'd let my kid wear stupid plastic binkies.
I swear to God, if this cat comes in and pulls down my curtain, it's going for
But no,
adoption.
now they're all wearing like pleated skirts. Also, remember, like, there was that Britney Spears, Avril Lavigne time where you were just like taking one of your dad's ties and like
Guys.
wearing it real loose over a polo. Like, what the fuck were you doing? I don't know. With
I
like
have
a pearl
age.
necklace. Also, you were layering a pleated tie with
so
a
many lace
pearl-
tank tops underneath, pearl necklaces, and like a lot of yellow and zebra for me. There's a time in my childhood where my hair was black and I had my Monroe piercing and like the industrial, and my sister like calls that like my dark times. She'll be like, remember when Steph had, black hair and was a fucking bitch?
Like, she's still in here.
She literally lives right here. It's where I keep her safe, right there, little dark Steph. She's so cozy. Do you want to play any games before we go?
We should play a game.
At least a game or two. Like,
A game or two.
let's see how we feel. See how we
I don't
feel.
know how I feel. I don't even know if I'm feeling.
You know what? This is just us doing our best. What if we just do homeroom roll call?
Right.
I feel like that little game, it's easy breezy, you know?
It is. It is.
So what's the premise of this one?
So the premise of this game is that we are going to talk about the type of student that the other probably was.
Sure.
So you're going to guess me and I'll guess you.
Okay.
And I feel like we've gone over some of this before, and like some of it would be easier than others.
Sure.
But
What age range
know.
are we thinking? Like our girls' age? Big girls?
I'm going to say 3rd to 6th grade.
Okay,
'Cause
sure.
that was when I started acting like an asshole.
Yeah, that's when I was
So.
my worst self. Perfect. Okay. All right. So, first category, first day outfit energy.
I literally already gave you the answer to this one for
Well,
free.
yes, of course. You want to be Britney Spears. Like, you want to be that girl. I was doing
Yeah.
double denim a lot. Like, I remember a strong bell-bottom denim with, like, like a denim top, something
The
like that.
Canadian tuxedo.
Braces. Heavy
You had
flare.
braces in elementary school?
I had braces in 6th grade.
Good for you.
I got them off before my senior fucking pictures.
Wow. They didn't let me get mine off till like, I don't know. I feel like sophomore, junior year.
I just watched everybody else turn beautiful, and I was just there.
It was not the summer I turned pretty.
It wasn't. I was just like, this is it. This is going to be the summer I'm gorgeous. And they'd be like, a couple more years. A couple more years.
Your denim on. It's not going to be
Don't
in
take it off
style.
yet. This isn't the day. This isn't the day.
Lunch table status. I'm going to say that you were probably a great supporting role at the lunch table. Like you probably
Sure.
brought good snacks. You were quiet and respectful. You kept your trash to yourself. You probably raised your hand to go up to the trash can. You seemed good.
Yeah. I was totally spiraling inside of my head. Like going to lunch would give me a ton of anxiety because I'm like, who am I going to sit next to? You know?
Yeah.
It gave me, lunch was definitely, like it felt in Mean Girls, like a watering hole. But you're pretty spot on. I feel like
Yeah.
you were the opposite. You were like probably the ringleader of the lunch table, probably being told to quiet down a number of times, and I would probably just sit near you so I could just like, interject into the conversation if you looked my way.
Yeah, I sat with you. I sat with you for sure. I sat with you. I had you trade me your Oreos.
And I was like, whatever you want, Lauren. Let's just be friends.
But yeah, but the lunch room was very chaotic for me. And I feel like as I get older, I realize what I was doing. But when I was younger, you get away from it and you're embarrassed when you're the loud kid because you're like, that was so annoying of me to be like that.
Even when you were young, you thought about it?
I think I thought about it when I was young, but I thought about it like the next year, like or
You'd be
a year
like, what was
after.
that?
I'm like, what the fuck was
fuck was
yeah, what was
that?
I doing with those carrot sticks? That was weird of me to throw
No one
them.
asked me to do the walrus thing again.
I'm like, I guess it was pretty fair when she put me up against the wall because because I told that girl not to look at me.
You're like, no, valid. Honestly, I'll walk over.
Yeah. Yeah, flipping my tray was dramatic,
It
like
was.
but and I always was like, I always thought I was out for justice, but really I was just chaos. But the problem with me is that in times of chaos like that, like there's choices, there's money being handled, there's like you had to give like a card or like a number, like that for me gets very overstimulating. And my best angle at defense of that is to perform. Like I never.
So we're both seeing the same thing, but we're doing different approaches to dealing with it.
The performance is different.
The performance. I'm not performing. I'm here to watch. I'm a spectator. I'm a guest. I love the show. The show, but I'm here to clap at the end. I'm not here to give a spiel.
And I'm the jester smashing the tomato over its own head. So I have to say that like lunch for me, and now with my kid at lunch, like I feel like my parents never gave a shit about lunch, right?
Like who'd you sit next to?
They packed me a lunch. They sent me to lunch. They made sure the lunchbox was empty. No questions were asked. As long as there wasn't a note about me, we were good. We were Gucci. So, but like
everything's
with my kid, because lunch stressed me out so much, I am like a psycho about
Here's
lunch.
a nut of how much I love you.
Yeah, and I'm like, who'd you sit with? Was anybody mean to you?
About?
And then she'll be like, oh, we had to quiet down. I'm like, they fucking made you quiet
They quieted
down.
you?
They silenced you? I'm like,
she's sharpening her blades.
I'm like, what? They flick the lights
at you?
Like, to whom it may concern.
Best.
Mrs. B, bitch.
B is for bitch. Bitch.
Yeah. My kid's gonna express herself any goddamn way she wants to.
You're just like freedom of speech.
Gossip mom.
Mom. I'm gonna start signing my school emails gossip mom. Just for flair. They're like, it's just, your first and last name at gmail.com. It's just funny.
Hope
like, they'll never
this
know.
Administrative threat finds you well. Don't you dare tell me gummy bears aren't a food group.
Yeah. How fucking dare you? Those were her vitamins. Yeah.
So lunch table status for me, I feel like really unravels. It unravels a lot of trauma.
It's lunch and it's recess that stress me out the most.
So the next one stresses me out. Gym class participation level.
Not a gym class hero. Not a gym class
I
hero.
don't even know if I have to worry about gym class this year. My kid has theater. Like, what the
I would
hell's
do-
that?
I would quite literally do anything to not do gym class, and not even for the fact that like I don't like to do some activities. Like there are some things I'm not mad about, a light game of badminton. I could even, have fun with, rope climbing on my own time as a child. But for someone to tell me to do something against my like peers that I want nothing to fucking do with is my actual nightmare. Like I would just be thinking about every single thing that would go wrong every time.
I was overweight in the 90s when those juicy sweatsuits were cool
That
during
wasn't
gym
fair.
class.
That wasn't fair.
And I had to do the presidential fitness exam.
Don't get us back on that. You know we'll never get
And
down.
I literally feel entitled to compensation, okay?
Like my kid will not. My
I
kid will not.
hated gym. I would
Hated.
wear flip-flops on purpose, and then I get in trouble.
She'd wear the bad shoes on purpose.
I would like ask my mom for notes. I literally would like remember in high school when they'd give you the option to just walk until you die? Like they were just like you can either
I took
do
it every time. I'm like, I'll
dodgeball
fucking walk
or walk.
and talk.
And
I would walk and talk.
every time. And my gym class participation was so damn low that it was almost non-existent.
And then they have the audacity to grade you. You're like, how are you gonna grade my gym? Like,
yeah.
I'm
And
my
little brother was the opposite.
he needed
He
gym.
got like his name chiseled into the gym to the presidential fitness
He was
exam
on the board.
plaque.
He passed. A+. A+ gym.
He gymmed so hard.
Yeah.
So then I just like I don't know. I hated gym. I hated that you
Nora
got
has
a
2
grade.
gyms this year.
I hate that in middle school you had to change. Like you were just getting your period.
You
have
literally
the
didn't
biggest
even know.
pads.
Yeah, literally. Like that's fucking rude.
Yeah, and then they were
How
like, you
dare
know
you?
what? They're like change in this locker room where there's nowhere to hide.
And honestly, justice for all the girls. I'm gonna start petitioning for middle school girls, like to just not have to deal with that anymore. It's not right.
Yeah, and don't you dare check them for scoliosis because that
That's
was
their
weird,
business.
too.
That's
Yeah.
their business.
So we both hated gym.
Yeah, we didn't even guess. We were just like, I fucking hated gym.
It's very predictable.
Neither of us were like
And
running for the
luckily-
flag football or whatever it is.
Luckily, Daddy Donald is tackling the big issues and bringing back our
Thank
favorite
God.
thing.
What
Thank
was
God.
your least favorite thing to see happening at gym? Like, what did you see? Like the mile run. Ugh.
The mile
Ugh.
run was disgusting. Like I said, the sit and reach is
Disgusting.
where I shined. You know, like I can sit and reach.
She's bendy.
But even that, nobody said, "Wow."
No
this
one was like,
chubby
"Good-
girl really can
good-
sit and reach."
good
Nobody looked
reaching.
further into that.
Not even on your report card. Star. Really good reacher.
Really.
Ever seen her sit and reach? Very good.
I was gonna say a pleasure to reach around, but
Then you'd have an A in gym class, I'm sure.
a pleasure to be around, but talks too much. That's what was at the bottom of every
But what's
single
your
one of
favorite
my
special? What was your favorite special? Like basic special?
art and music. I loved music because you could yell and shake things, and then
I
loved
loved
art
for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
My art teacher in fucking middle school was so hot. He was like this surfer
He, that was
Asian
a
man with
curveball.
tattoos. Oh my god. My mom was
Oh,
my mom
where
was
is
like,
he?
your art teacher's hot. And I was like, yeah, he is.
Is he
So
still
weird.
hot? How old
He
was
probably is. So he
Would
was
he
probably
be like old art teacher hot now?
well, yeah, like he probably has
know,
a feather. He probably looks
disheveled.
like Steven Tyler right now. Like he's probably Steven Tyler hot,
I love
So,
that.
He's got a feather and an unbuttoned shirt somewhere, and he's
I had a
probably still
theater
looking
teacher who
good.
painted a black eye on me once. He wasn't hot though. He was like British and gay. And I was like, look at my black eye.
So autistic.
They
But
were
yeah,
like,
that
"Who
was my
wants it?" I was
favorite.
I don't know
And
why
there-
that was the time I volunteered.
There literally wasn't a club I wouldn't join. Like that's when I should have known that I was on the spectrum somewhere. If they put out a flyer for the club, I was like, I want to try
You
it.
like a club?
Bells Club. I was in it. I was like, sign me up. Chess Club.
Ding, ding, ding. No.
Everyone at Chess Club probably hated me. They probably still hate me. They're probably like, that girl.
They're like, she's still talking. and
That girl
recorded
is
herself.
never there for chess.
She's never there.
Were you in any clubs? I was in a basket weaving.
Was I in any clubs? I feel like I tried to avoid being a part of anything with like too much pressure. I was like, I don't need to be in this building any more time than I have to. That's how I felt.
I never outgrew the unnecessary pressure that I feel to volunteer for something voluntary.
But now as a mom, if I like, there's like the trunk or treat, I've never seen it fill up and they're like, you can't do it. Like, I've never seen that happen. And my kids have a big school, but still every time I'm like, have to make sure I'm like the first 3 in the list because I'm like, well, I have to claim my theme. Like, I'm the opposite now as a mom. I'm so wanting to be involved with everything. I'm the opposite that I was as like a student.
Yeah, I was always that way, I guess. I was like, science fair, sign me up. And then I had such bad nation and like anxiety that the night before,
sign up for science
me and my dad trying to make a fucking brachiosaurus. Science class.
You don't even like archaeology.
My dad's just like not even talking, just doing making the whole mitochondria of the cell.
I could do a whole deep dive on just like middle school. I feel like that's the worst time of the life.
I'm not sending my kids to middle school.
No, we're skipping
them.
We're skipping middle school. We're just gonna hang out.
Take some time off to find themselves.
They're gonna take a gap
grade.
3 years. We're gonna do a gap 3 years after elementary school to find ourselves.
Nothing in middle school, so they can too.
That's when I got the black eye, actually. Like, I learned not a damn thing. Not one thing. If you were my middle school teacher, you taught me nothing. Not one damn thing. Thanks for nothing. But, like, a whole lot of trauma.
All right, next one. Most likely detention reason.
For you?
For me.
Obviously, just, like, not shutting the fuck up, probably. Or, like, you felt like something wasn't fair and you wouldn't back down on it. I could see a Justice League. You're like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, and if someone else was getting in trouble, I love to make it my business. So it could go down that road. Hence healthcare. You know, I was like, they're not going to have all this drama without me as a third party.
What's going on? What's the tea?
You're going to punch her in the face? I'm going to watch.
And believe it or not, I have had detention in high school, though, not in middle school.
So I did too, but I think it was so I'm trying to think if we got in trouble or not for trying to pierce Nina's belly button in the bathroom. I don't think we did.
I
we got away with it.
I pierced multiple friends' ears in my gym locker room. I think the statute of limitations has been met. Like, I used that gun that you could buy at Walmart back in the day, draw a couple dots, and click, clack. That was that. I was running a business.
We were just bringing ice and needles into the bathroom and just
Parent
hoping
trap
for the
style?
best. Oh, yeah, we were just parent trap piercing each other's belly buttons, I guess.
Stop.
But, so, don't do that at home, kids. Don't do that at your back to school, kids.
Don't do that in your locker room.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Correct.
But yes, I did have detention, but it was mostly like you said. Like I would pick a fight and think it was for the right reasons. And I was very mouthy. And we were talking about it this past weekend because my friends that I'm friends with started being friends with me when I was a mouthy high schooler, and they're still friends with me now in my 30s. Weird choice on their part, but here we all are. And we were saying, like, one of our teachers in clinical, like, because we did shop, and then we did our academics, and then we'd have like our related classes, and then we'd go out and do like these clinical hours on like externships is what they called them, where we like swept hair at salons because I was in cosmetology. Like high school was easy breezy. Like we did each other's hair and we had a good time.
Yeah, we weren't doing any hair at my school.
I tortured one of our shop teachers just because I thought everything that she was doing was shitty. And it really, like, and then we were, like, talking this weekend, and we're, like, having a drink, and we're like, I really think that woman was probably going through a hard time. Like,
yeah, and you made it harder. And
I was just, like, a 15-year-old entitled little asshole making 100%. It harder. And she was probably going through a divorce, and I 100%. Feel bad now. But I do feel like I always thought that there was just, like, this playing field to level out for some reason. But for you, I would say your detention would probably be more sneaky. or boy-led drama. I feel like you were a real Taylor Swift when she was talking about sitting on the bleachers and she was wearing sneakers or whatever, writing in her journal.
I did love a little boy
fighting
drama.
over boys.
I did.
And I could just see you with your,
I was
flipping your
crushing.
Monroe piercing, being mad.
You know what?
Waiting to fight with some girl over some boy that wasn't worth it,
And I would, and like
The
I
girl
would.
was probably more worth it than the boy
and
you guys were fighting over.
100%. None of the boys were ever worth it. Not one single boy I ever fought over was worth it. Let that be a lesson to the younger listeners.
Facebook proves that. The boys that we were fighting over are taking really fancy vacations in Atlantic City.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Mostly.
Good. I bid thee farewell. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
And I hope you're okay. But
no, you're
my
not.
detentions were not. Like I definitely I feel like I always had a crush. Like I was never not thinking about like a boy. I always there was somebody there. But my drama was that I guess just as I am today is the thing about me is I might be running a little late and I'm still going to stop for a nice coffee even before AP Psych. So unfortunately, I had the same, because of AP, the way it was structured, I had that same class at first thing in the morning every day. So like my attendance in that class was just like late. And it was just one of those.
For that?
Oh, yeah. You get so many strikes.
I don't know who I thought I was. I would literally text my mom. I would sit at a coffee shop an hour late almost, right? Get a donut, a legendary local donut joint.
Talk a little shit. If you know, you know.
All my friends would go. They'd go. Me and one friend, the aunt of my child. We just sit way past the buzzer, and then we go, you know what, we'll go on. We'd look at our phones and be like, you know what, second period's fine. You know what, third period's fine.
What would happen? Would they call your parents?
I would text my mom, call me in late. And she just would.
My mom would never. My mom would snitch on me.
That girl would just back that. She is my home girl. I've known her since the day I was born.
And she guys go way back.
Call me in and be like, you know what? Lauren had a doctor's appointment, and they're like,
I tried to call
third
myself
one this
out.
week.
I tried to call myself out as my mother, like as you do as a junior or senior in high school. And they were like, I know your mom and you're not it. And then they called my actual fucking mom and told her.
I would text my mom from inside the house, from in the school, and I'd be like, you better freaking dismiss me right now.
Better. I swear to God, I'll run away.
I
did run away sometimes, but not far. Like I was just an angsty little kid. Like I'd hop out my window, lock the door, and hop out a window. Well,
I would run away to my best friend's house, who now her mom is like a mother to me, and she'd be like, "Yeah, of course I tell your mom you're here. Like, what are you stupid?
Of course, you dumb idiot.
She
but you can
fucking track you. She couldn't track you yet.
No, I would do some crazy things like that my mom will never let me live down.
I think we should play one more game before we go. In the name of back to school. In the name of pushing the limits of summer vacation and back to school. Let's play one more game. Let's play Thank You Next.
Okay, yes. Okay, I'm excited for Thank You Next. So this one's is super simple. It's either like, is this a thank you for you? Like, yes, please. Or is this next? Like, I'm not about it.
It's smash or pass for adults.
It's smash or pass, but with an Ariana Grande spin. Let us live. Inviting the whole class to the birthday party.
Next.
Like
I just feel as though, first of all, in this economy, it's like a wedding.
That's the thing. It's a small wedding.
It's a small wedding to have a kid's birthday party. And now I've gotten smart to the places, like you just have it at a place. Like you said, a 2-hour birthday party. If we're going to have parents there that I'm going to overshare to an accident.
If it's not in my backyard, it's going to be a 2-hour window midday.
Yeah. I'm only going to overshare to strangers for 2 hours,
That's
and I'm going to.
That's my limit.
And then I'm going to.
being a grown up.
Then I'm going to flash a bougie little favor bag and hope they forgot the whole thing.
Exactly.
But I feel as though if we are doing class, we're doing like girls, or like we even have done like the just like pick your favorites after school, because.
And I'm sorry, but like it's just what she wanted.
And I don't want to be invited to every kid's birthday in the
Yes,
class.
and
I
I
want to
don't want
put
kids
that
to
out
feel
there
left
for
out
free.
either, but it's hard. Okay.
Yeah. We
Calls
can't
of
all
the
go to
Packers.
20. Yeah. We can't all go to 20 birthday parties, and we know that like fucking 18 of them are born in June.
And
So
you don't all
no.
even want to be there. You don't even all want to be there. Let's
So
just be
thank
respectful
you.
about that. So thank
And let's move on. Next.
you.
All right.
Next,
I'm
for
glad
sure.
we could agree on that.
Yes.
Signing up for one more school activity.
I'm always going to say thank you, even if I shouldn't.
So yeah, we already disclosed that. I'm absolutely going to say thank you. I'm going to bite off way more than I can chew, and I'm going to cram the night before and fight with my
100%.
husband.
Every
for
single
you.
time.
For
That's
you,
just
public
routine.
school.
That's just how I do it.
That's how I stay sharp.
That's how I work best.
PTA.
This one's hard because I'm very torn. Like I do and I don't. That one's
So
hard
I
for me.
love my women of the PTA, and I put them on a pedestal. You know, like
Sure.
I respect them. I think I
They
do
take it
this
so seriously.
I think I do this
They love their
bowing thing
job.
to them when I actually see them, because I do feel as though when I see that little table set up with all the school swag and the shit to
Yes.
sign up for, like they are putting in so much more work than they're even asking you to put in.
Yes.
And what they're asking for is a latte. You know,
Yes.
so I'm like, I respect you. I respect you for taking that position. And as a millennial mom, I put so much pressure on myself for my kid to have a good time that
Yeah.
like the PTA is a representation that other people also feel that way. So although I
Exactly.
don't want to be a
I
constant
respect
member,
it.
I don't want
No,
to be
but I'll like pop in. Like I
Yeah.
want to be adjacent to the
Yeah.
PTA, and like maybe I'll even dabble in it a few seasons of my life if I'm feeling like that's like my character arc for that year. Like I might like do it and wear like a pantsuit one day and do a whole thing.
I want to
but
be like the Snape. You know, I want to be the Professor Snape of the PTA. I want to be
just
in
kind
and
of
out.
walking
I wanna
around
dab-
snooping. I just
'Cause
want to
the
be
first
kind
year, the first year in kindergarten, I was roped into a role. I didn't even know I was
Well,
in the
that's
role.
the thing. I
I
don't
was
want to
in the role.
accidentally be a role.
So then I had to like, you know, be the professor of the Docots and get out of there and
Turn
you
to
know,
page 543.
just go to my potion room for a while and think. And now I like to dabble. And they are the ladies that they know everything about what's going on in school. Like they are who you want to ask about
They know the
things.
things.
You know,
They have
you
the
want to
passion.
run. You want to lock in your theme before everybody else. You want to have a good rapport. So
Yes.
I'm
I
going to say
want to
thank
be
you.
friendly.
And next. I'm going to say thank you next.
Thank you for your service, but it's a next for me.
Yeah.
Personally.
Person.
That's fair. That's fair. Helping your kid with their school projects.
Thank you.
They better. Like whenever Nora's like, I'll do this one independently. I'm like, not even a little bit of
Yeah.
help? Not even a little bit of my sprinkle?
I'm like,
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm like, you don't want me to just bedazzle it a little bit?
Like,
Or like,
give me the glue stick.
it's actually hard for me to let control of it. Like,
Yes.
like when Nora has an idea and it's just her idea, but like in my head, I'm like, I have a really good idea. And you're like,
last year they had to do like animal dioramas that, and it had to be like their, what is it called? Their habitat for the animal. And then it wasn't an animal that they personally selected. They like picked the animal.
Oh.
So Lennon picked like dolphin or something. And I was like, oh, I know what we're going to do. Like we're going to go to the, we're going to go get the figurines. And she was like, Mom, I want to use the tools that we already have. And I was like,
you're like, no, I was filling the cart. Like it was gonna be so special.
I was like, but what about this like underwater craft paper?
Like I was ready to try resin, but I was gonna start dabbling with that torch thing that they do to make it look like waves.
But when I took that whole day off of work for that 45-minute presentation, on dolphins,
yes,
she was beaming. She had so much pride, and I was like, it wouldn't have been the same, if I sourced local shells from the beach.
If you made it so
gorgeous,
uniquely.
and
You're out making your own that night.
Figured out how to make the tide out of the resin, just right. So I
cannot.
I feel as though I'm like, thank you, but I probably need to be more next as we grow.
Yes.
And you'll all learn that too. young school mom Rudies.
Yeah,
You'll
you
learn
have to be able to like let them steer the ship when they want to, but
Yeah.
it's really hard as like a creative mother.
Yeah, but we can't wait to see your alphabet parade show up and show out this year.
100%. 100%. Right.
The
I
next
think
one.
the next one.
Homework.
Next.
Yeah.
I feel like they're kids, and not that we shouldn't be doing anything at home, but I think it should be more loose structured. And like we've had a mix of both, and I'm very pro like please read when you can and practice your math, and let's touch base if you're struggling, you know.
I am a millennial hipster, okay? Loud and proud.
Mm.
And I barely want to send my kid to school, okay? Barely. Every day I wake up and I'm like, you know, in this economy, this administration, is it really, should we just teach her how to plant corn? I don't know. So the last thing I want is a fucking worksheet of more structured nonsense. If it's like creative homework, absolutely.
A project.
You know, if it's a project about them, if you want me to glue noodles that represent my family, all-nighter. If it is Common Core math, trash. Next.
And
Spirit
no thank
Week.
you. No thank you.
Spirit Week is the next one.
So Spirit Week, controversial because I talk a lot of shit on them, but I think it's because they sneak up on me. But I would be disappointed and I would be a liar if I said that I wouldn't be upset if we didn't have one. Do they catch me off guard? Yes. Am I gonna go 200%? Yes.
So last year I had a life hack with Spirit Week that we were having a fire drill, which if you ever work at a hospital or anywhere that like you can't leave, when there's a fire, you just stay inside. You know, if it's contained,
Hunker
you just stay
down.
inside. So we were closed with the fire doors and the whole thing, and there was a code red, and we couldn't go anywhere, and we had no patients. So we instituted a Spirit Week. And the tip is that I instituted a Spirit Week for work the same week of my daughter's Spirit Week, so that it was just, I couldn't forget it because everyone had Spirit Week.
And not everybody can life hack make a Spirit Week at their work adjacent to their child.
Yes, you can. Yes, you
She's
can.
middle school Lauren again.
Yes, you can. You could literally say, Monday's going to be fun sock day.
Oh my God.
You know,
fun
like,
sock day, sure.
We literally like had fun clips one day. Like we had shirts. Like it was fun. But I love Spirit Week. I am a thank you to Spirit Week.
Me
and
too. Even though sometimes I complain.
So my biggest worry with Spirit Week, like anything magical, is that it's gonna fade. You know, because I remember my daughter letting me make a hair-shaped snowman on the top of her head.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Using globes. You know?
Yeah.
And as you get older, like that suddenly is like uncool. You're like, don't. You're like,
it becomes more like modest and more cool. And you're like,
but it's,
you don't even want one snowman button?
Yeah, you're like, but you're not wearing that fucking weird big onesie with a plastic binky.
With the plastic binky. You've got to do something for your mother.
Yeah, like it's got to be creative, So I am thank-youing Spirit Week so hard.
Me too. I'm thankful for Spirit Week, even if
Chaperoning, another one that we both feel pretty strongly about.
Yeah, like I'm going to do it. It's not always fun because I find, and I'm just going to say this in a broad way, I have a very well-behaved third grader. You have a very well-behaved third grader, They're going to throw in a couple wild cards in our group because we have a well-behaved third grader.
Yeah,
but
you always get some little monster. You get some little monster that's like, my dad left the house last night forever.
I literally was chasing down a child. She was trying to jump, like literally hitchhike onto the zoo train. I was like, get back here.
You're just like looking at otters and they're like, we live at my uncle's right now.
Yeah. Literally, you're in between.
As they're gnawing on your elbow, you can't even find your own kid. You're like, I don't know.
You're passing out lunch boxes. They're like, he left for good, I'm pretty sure. My mom said he'll never let that bastard in the house again.
So my mom packed me a cigarette for lunch.
You're like, who wants goldfish? Dippin' Dots on me. Stand in front of the bison and smile, kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to do it. Thank you. I have to.
Yeah. But I am going to make my husband do it sometimes too.
Yes, one of us has to do it.
Yeah, because
We
the
have to have a
one
member present.
Yeah, if you're a single parent, send another loved one once in a while, okay?
Yes.
You gotta let, because honestly, they're gonna tell you how good your kid was, and when you go,
100%.
your kid's at their worst, you know. So
100%.
send the aunt, the uncle, the grandparent, the dad, somebody else other than you once in a while.
Absolutely.
Next it now and then. Scholastic Book Fair. I know that mine doesn't match yours.
I'm
on
going to
this
say
one.
thank you because it gives me. I mean, I hate the amount of money that my kid ends up fucking spending there is absolutely ridiculous, but I live for the nostalgia. I have to have it.
I'm going to say next because they have been stripped of what they once were, okay?
They've lost some of the magic.
So for some reason now they're either at like school events or they're like online, which like I can F up some commas online, okay? Like
Sure.
I get out of hand if you give me a cart to fill. When it's in person, I'm like, pick the tangible items.
Yes.
So the online one, I was robbed financially. And then when the box came in, I was robbed physically because it was like this much stuff.
Oh my, it's like one small axolotl and you're like, they got me.
And it had like the audacity at the end to be like, would you like to make an additional donation? I was like, for what? Like,
So I will say we've had the physical Scholastic Book Fair and it's very nostalgic. I've gone and sat adjacent to those PTA members and set it up with them, you know, like
so we've
they
never had
do
like
it.
an in school one, which is probably why
But
I
then-
feel tainted. We had like an after school one where it was just like it was almost like the
Well, they do that
fundraiser had a
too.
gift shop.
Well, they
And
do
I don't
that
like
too.
that.
And then you end up, you're like, I gave my kid money to school, but now we're here again. And like, all of a sudden they're like, well, I didn't get something today, you know? And you're like,
You're like, but we're at the fun run.
I
Like,
can't
why?
spend $40 on fucking axolotl journals after the fun run. Like, I'm tired. But that's how it goes. They
Like,
do
I already
both.
bought you a lemonade, you know, from the PTA.
But the physical one is very nostalgic, and I think that's why I feel strongly about keeping it.
I'm going to next it. But our school did get a book vending machine, which is
Cool.
very cool. So we have a book vending machine that I guess monthly now each class will be able to get like a book out of the vending machine, and it'll be like different titles. I'm not sure how they stock it, but it literally looks like what my Celsius comes out of at the hospital. So
Love.
if they can make my kids addicted to reading like I am Celsius via neon signs.
We've been
and a
trying
little-
to do that
a
with
little
Nora.
thank you door.
We're like, you read, we'll make it as cutesy as you want us to be, but you do it. You love that book.
Yeah, you're like, what do you need? Another bookmark?
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly. A new booklight.
But I have to say, the odds be ever in all of our favor. We've
Yes.
started the year. Summer's gone, I guess. I don't know. I'm not willing to let it go. I think I
not
can get a little
even-
tanner. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm in this weird place. I'm okay that school started, but I'm sad summer's over, but I'm excited for fall to come, and I don't really have much sense of it, but I think that's just September. Is it September yet? That's how it feels. But we will
Just
see you
say,
next time then.
I was going to say on my list of things that I didn't want to do today, potting was on it. And we just.
Lauren
yapped.
tried to back out on me today, and I go, well, that's funny because I already told Nora that she could hang out with Lucas because we're podcasting. Are you sure you can't? And she was like, I'll try.
I literally ate a bag of chips with my eyes closed. And if
She's
there's
like, I'm
not-
better.
And now
And
I'm
we're
about
like,
to
we'll
go.
do a half hour, 2 hours later.
Now I'm about to go upstairs and pack a lunch for tomorrow and then eat the equivalent of snacks at the island and write a note that I fucking love you.
I fucking, it's
won't
gonna
say
say
that.
that.
It's not
It
gonna say-
might. It might.
If you can think of a cute nursery rhyme that ends with I fucking love you.
And I fucking love you. I love
Bye.
it. Bye.